Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5. This week, it's all about optics. What to do week 5. Readings this week from the Foundations of Low Vision by Con and Erin. I have attached PDFs that is related to the topic that we will be discussing this week is optics and low vision devices. So it's all about measurement of lenses, principles and considerations for low vision devices that you would have to recommend for your students in school, overview of low vision devices and non-optical devices and solutions. And then we will also, there is chapter 3 of LUEC attached in this in Canvas this week, which is the basic optics and low vision devices. Apart from the readings, Hadley lessons 9 and 10 should be completed. So all 10 lessons are due at the end of this week, which is September 27th. No extensions will be granted. So make sure you're done with all Hadley lessons by the end of this week. And we start working on the eye condition report with your partner or partners. There is a sample format of the eye condition report, which is the same as what was posted last week. So it is again posted in this week's module. You do not have to follow that format. You can be creative, maybe a brochure. Again, the idea behind this assignment is to be able to provide a brochure in layman terms of the medical condition that you encounter for your students. So in an eye report, if you see a condition, how are you going to interpret that information and present it to the general education team? And because the Hadley lessons are due, and you can and there's quite a lot of reading, and the icon you'll need time to work on the eye condition report, which is due next the week 2 weeks from now. There is no discussion post this week. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview on optics. So we all know that as soon as you see a prescription or eye doctor report, you as a TVI, as discussed in week 2, we understood how important it is to interpret the eye report and understand the implications of the medical report in an educational setting. So we know that it is important, and in this week's module there is a list of resources that we can refer to. The topic of print sizes for students, the diopters, the measurement of lenses, the focal distance, the working distance, all those kind of terminologies you will use in your functional vision assessment that you will conduct for your student. And after you do the assessment, and if you determine needs that the student requires your services in an IEP meeting, you would often people ask, okay, what is the print size that the student sees? So you'll have to be able to interpret your the eye report in a way that can translate into print sizes and working distance and magnification and low vision devices for your student. Please note that enlargement is not always a solution for print size. For example, a student with RP or tunnel vision has tunnel vision is like just seeing through a tunnel, so you don't see the field. So if you magnify, there will be fewer words in the student's visual field, so that is not a solution. So you'll have to think, and optics is not always the solution as well. So you will have non-optical solutions. You'll have to consider lighting, glare, positioning, and the environmental setup for the student with low vision. So you'll have to think about all this in your accommodations and after you determine needs through a functional vision assessment. Visual acuity, this is another very common question asked in IEP meetings. What does 2200 mean? What does 2070 mean? What does 2080 mean? So you will have to, how would you explain this to your team members? So as in our district, we do in-services for all our teams the beginning of the school year, and it's just not teams, sometimes even classrooms, schools, with peers, other sighted peers also need to understand the vision conditions of their of your student. So these in services, the quick thing that we do is to simulate a 2200 is to take a Ziploc and fold it 2 or 3 times, and if you see through it is what you kind of you can simulate the experience of a person with 2200. So so think of those while you're doing the readings this week, and then read the paper by Colin Brander on various modes of acuity measurements and how it is done, so which you would be doing as part of your functional vision assessment. The low vision principles and visual efficiency, there is a resource on low vision principles. So the idea behind this is these statements are approved by the American Foundation for the Blind, and the general idea is that a student, if a student is highly impacted with vision, using his or her remaining vision to the maximum possible is not going to be harmful. So whatever little vision the student has, you want to make sure you use it. It's not going to harm the vision. So as long as the student is able to see little, the conceptually it's supposed to help the student much better than not using the whatever remaining vision that the student has. So read and try to understand these statements in relation to the history of low vision that we discussed last week. And then the visual efficiency skills, again, this is important to understand, is it has to be these skills have to be incorporated for the student to learn across their entire day and not necessarily just when you go. So for example, if I see a student with low vision once a week, many times the team just kind of says, oh, the vision teacher is here, okay, let's use our vision. That's not going to work. So you need to kind of stress in your work environment that it's not a therapy model. So we are going to be providing the services throughout the week in a way that the student uses his or her vision in all of their throughout their learning environment and at home. So read the handout on visual efficiency skills in this week's module. That's about it. You have fun, and we will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.